You are not eating enough for fat loss to take place. Yes, you heard right. Not eating enough for fat loss to take place. If you have been starving yourself to lose weight and the scale will not budge, this video is for you. What I'm about to share will make the whole picture finally make sense. And that clarity always begins with the same thing: understanding the intake. As an online fat loss coach, the first thing I do with any new client is get them to complete a 3 to 7 day dietary recall. I need to know exactly how much or how little food volume they're consuming to create the results they're experiencing right now. The best indicator of eating response is eating response. Nothing matters in and of itself, meaning nothing shows up out of nowhere. There is a cause for every effect. Something is being done to produce the image in the mirror and the number on the scale. My job is to identify what that something is. Once the dietary recall is complete, we sit down and go through the numbers properly. And this is where most people are completely blindsided. They hear words they never expected to hear in their lifetime. You are not eating enough for fat loss to take place. Yes, you heard right. Not eating enough for fat loss to take place. I repeat it because the shock is real. They are not eating enough for fat loss to take place. They are eating like a sparrow. Tiny portions, insufficient protein to support growth and repair, insufficient energy to support a healthy functioning metabolism. Simply not enough food volume to create the results they desire. And yet on the surface, it looks like they're doing everything right. They're exercising, they're walking, they're doing the classes, the cardio, the Pilates, the yoga. Ironically, everything except strength training, by the way, which is the very thing they need the most. And they are exhausted. They're frustrated, the scale has not moved, and eventually they conclude that their metabolism must be damaged. This is a story I have heard more times than I can count, and it always leads to the same truth. If someone is maintaining their weight on very low food intake, their metabolism is not damaged, it is adapted. The body has learned to survive on less. It reduces energy output wherever it can. Movement drops without them realizing it. NEAT, which is their non-exercise activity thermogenesis, the movement that happens outside the gym, collapses. Thyroid output slows down, leptin levels fall, muscular glycogen becomes depleted, and the body uses less energy simply to stay alive. This is what we call adaptive thermogenesis, the metabolism matching the intake of food. And here is the real issue. If someone is already starting on such low food and they want to lose weight, where do I take them as a coach? Do I reduce their food even further? They are already eating so little. There is nowhere left to go. There is no wiggle room. That's the entire problem. And if undereating is the problem, how can undereating be the solution? It can't. When I work with someone in this position, I do not cut their food intake. I recalibrate. I look at what they are maintaining on right now and then begin raising their intake slowly, strategically, and in the right order. And the first thing I do is raise protein. Protein in Greek, proto, means first or of primary importance. It is a metabolically expensive macronutrient and it must come first. Protein has the highest thermic effect. It costs the most energy to digest and use. It is also the least likely nutrient to be stored as body fat when increased. This allows me to raise food intake without sending someone backwards. And as a side note here, women are notorious for undereating their protein. And the reason they're notorious for undereating their protein is because they're also notorious for avoiding the very solution to their problem, the thing that will actually fix this issue, which is strength training. The very thing they need in order to get the physique they desire is the very thing they are avoiding, strength training. When we throw strength training into the mix, we send a signal to the body that it needs to grow and repair tissue. And naturally, that increases the body's ability to want to eat more protein. We increase protein synthesis. And as we do that, the appetite naturally goes up and the body wants more protein. If you feel like you cannot eat more protein, that actually makes perfect sense. Your metabolism is sluggish and you're not sending any signal for the body to grow or repair tissue. That alone tells me one thing: you are not strength training. I do not even need to ask. A low appetite for protein is the giveaway. When someone lifts weights properly, the body drives up the need for protein automatically. When they are not, the appetite disappears. One depends on the other, and the absence of one exposes the absence of the other. Some coaches argue that anyone claiming to be eating very little must be underreporting. Sometimes that is true. Or they may be saying they're sticking to their diet strictly for the entire week, yet they're only sticking to it for the first part of the week. Then they have a blowout on the weekend, which raises their total food intake for the week. And when you average that across all 7 days, it ends up putting them in a maintenance or in a surplus. But for the most part, the clients who come to see me, when I look at their dietary recall, most of the time, if not always, they're severely undereating. Especially those who are doing the carnivore diet, because it is incredibly satiating. And this is where another pattern shows up, particularly in the carnivore and ketogenic world. People try something called priming. Priming is when you dramatically increase fat intake in an attempt to heal the metabolism. The intention is good, but there is a problem. Dietary fat is the easiest nutrient for the body to store. Raise it too quickly and you gain body fat rather than improving metabolic function. When food is increased properly with protein leading the way, the results are completely different. Energy returns, movement increases, thyroid and leptin begin to normalize, training intensity improves. And sometimes body weight even drops, not because more food magically burns fat, but because the body finally stops defending itself. Let me illustrate this through real-life examples. This is Bernadette. She reached out after doing the carnivore diet for 2 years and wasn't achieving the body composition results she desired. She lost some weight initially, but then plateaued completely. She was consistent, committed, training with a personal trainer outdoors, doing Pilates, walking a lot, but she was stuck. Her dietary recall showed around 1,100 so-called calories per day. That was less than her basal metabolic rate. Her body fat was around 27 to 29%. She was undereating and also not training in a way that supported muscle growth. So we increased her food slowly. We raised her protein, we strengthened her training structure. Her intake in food eventually moved up to 2,500 so-called calories. Her energy changed, her performance changed, her confidence shifted. She dropped to around 15 or 16% body fat, and she said in her testimonial video, she got into the best shape of her life. Then we have Melissa B. Melissa was doing home workouts, not tracking, undereating, very low protein. Once her food was structured and we added 3 proper weight training sessions per week and clear protein targets, everything shifted. Time-restricted feeding suited her digestion and lifestyle, so we incorporated that. So she ate earlier in the day and finished by the afternoon. Her sleep improved, her hormones stabilized, and her results accelerated almost effortlessly. She even went on to compete in a bikini contest. And finally, we have Sarah. Sarah was doing carnivore, watching others transform while she stayed stuck. When we reviewed her intake, the cause was obvious: chronic undereating. Once she lifted her protein, structured her meals, and trained to build muscle, her body changed fast. She even said in her testimonial that she was eating more and losing weight.
I eat more to lose fat. Who knew? I eat more to build muscle. I work out less and I build muscle. It's just the craziest thing.
That is metabolic restoration in real time. And here is the ripple effect. Bernadette was inspired by Melissa, Sarah was inspired by Bernadette. Now others are inspired by all 3. These examples point to the same truth. When someone chronically undereats, the metabolism adapts downwards. When food is raised correctly, the metabolism adapts upwards. If you are maintaining your weight on extremely small amounts of food, that is not your true maintenance. That is your adapted maintenance. Online calculators only show potential maintenance, what the metabolism should be doing, not what it is currently doing. Once you understand the difference between true maintenance and adapted maintenance, the path forward becomes clear. Here is exactly how to rebuild metabolic function. Step 1. Start where you're at. Do not double your food intake overnight. Build gradually. Increase food strategically over time. The first priority is to meet a protein goal. I recommend one of 3 simple protein formulas. 1 gram of protein per centimeter in height. 2 1 gram of protein per pound of target body weight if you have a body weight goal you want to reach. And 3 2.5 grams of protein per kilogram of lean body mass. This is the first step every time because protein must be prioritized before anything else. Once the protein target is being met, the next step, especially for those following carnivore or ketogenic eating, is to begin slowly raising fat intake. Increase the intake gradually and give the body time to respond. Which brings us on to step 2, track the response. This is where the monitoring happens. Every week or 2, assess all biofeedback. Look at your energy, your strength in the gym, your mood, your digestion, your performance, your hunger, your body weight, and of course, your photos. These markers show you exactly how the metabolism is responding to the changes. If the weight stays steady or moves in the right direction, while energy improves, training improves, and you feel better overall, the metabolism is recovering. Keep raising food slowly as long as the response remains positive. Step 3, find the ceiling. When weight consistently rises, you have found the ceiling. But finding the ceiling is not just about food. It also depends on daily movement. If someone increases their food intake while keeping their steps very low, they will hit their ceiling far sooner and start gaining weight. On the other hand, many people undereat and then add an extreme number of steps. This drives the deficit even harder, pushes the body into survival mode, and slows the metabolism down even further. This is why I do not only do a dietary recall, I also do a step recall. I need to know how much or how little someone is moving each day. Most people fall into one of 2 patterns. Either they're not eating enough and not doing enough steps, or they're not eating enough and doing far too many steps. Both patterns cause metabolic issues for different reasons. Too little movement lowers expenditure. Too much movement with too little food forces the metabolism to shut down to survive. This is why everybody needs to sit around 8,000 to 10,000 steps per day for their health. If someone is only doing 2,500 to 3,000 steps, we increase slowly, 1,000 to 2,000 extra steps per week until they reach 8,000 to 10,000 steps. And for those doing 15, 20, 25,000 and beyond, we bring their steps down gradually into the 8,000 to 10,000 range. Then we add structured strength training while we raise their food intake slowly. This combination restores the metabolism over time. Step 4, cut strategically. Once the metabolism is restored and functioning well, then and only then do we introduce a small sustainable reduction in food. If you have been eating next to nothing and still not seeing progress, this is not a willpower problem. This is metabolic adaptation. The solution is not eating less. The solution is restoring your metabolism so your body begins working with you, not against you. This is the exact approach I use with clients who show signs of metabolic adaptation. Restore first, cut second, protect energy, hormones, and mental clarity. In most cases, when people come to see me eating very little food, the first step is to heal the metabolism, giving the body enough food, raising protein, protecting expenditure, adding strength training to the mix, and adding muscle tissue to support the metabolism and help it rise again. And from that stronger, healthier place, that is when we start working on the deficit. If the primary problem is a damaged or adapted metabolism, that is the problem we fix first. Now, if this sounds like your situation, reach out. Getting your metabolism functioning again can change everything for you. And if you've been stuck like this for a very long time, you already know it will not fix itself. Nothing shifts until something changes. If you keep doing what you've been doing, the outcome will stay exactly the same. The moment you start applying the principles I have outlined here, the entire direction of your progress begins to change. Now, before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you do not miss any of the long-form videos we post here every Sunday evening. In these educational style videos, we break down concepts like this in a clear, structured way so you can understand your body, rebuild your metabolism, and finally move forward with confidence. I would also love to hear your experience in the comment section. If you are someone who still struggles to lose weight, even though you barely eat, share your situation below. Your story matters and it helps others realize they are not alone. To the people I've worked with, if you are watching this right now, I would love for you to comment as well. Share what helped you break through. People need to hear from you. Your voice helps others who feel stuck. And your comments also help the algorithm push this video out to the people who truly need this information. This message helps a lot of people, so feel free to like the video, comment below, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And as always, I will see you in the next one.